It's still spooky season.
Still here.
We're going to talk this time about a little divination, a little occult, a little witchy, spooky, paranormal, metaphysical, all the unknown type of stuff.
Right.
We'll get into some forms of divination, some things about the occult, and we'll just kind of see how it goes.
Okay, ready?
Let's go.
Let's go. Hello, I'm Ash.
And I'm Lynn.
And this is Only If You Can Keep Up. Okay, still spooky season, still outside. It's beautiful.
Yes, it's such a noiseful evening.
It's not an October evening, though. This is more like September evening, but we skipped September.
Yeah, September didn't. Fucking it was so strange. But October's officially here. It is a fall night. We have a fire going. There's some background noise.
We have legit 29 candles on our table. Like, I don't know if that's the actual amount. We have
and
candles.
They're so spooky. Our black candles are like dripping, all spooky looking. It's perfect for the witchy stuff.
All we're missing though is that full moon.
Yeah, our new moon was just a couple nights ago, so we just have a tiny crescent and we can't even find her right now. So
I think there's a whole thing about the moon going on right now.
Yeah, there is.
Like, you can't find it. Nobody's seen it in days.
That, or people are saying they're seeing the second moon.
Yeah, there is a second moon. That's the whole thing.
But it's not supposed to be visible, so I don't know what that, or like only if you use a telescope or something.
But it's not a moon, is it?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly.
I have no fucking clue. That has nothing to do with what we're about to talk about. Okay, so we're going to start with talking about the occult.
Yeah.
People hear the word occult and they say, danger, danger, no.
Yeah.
Like, just no. We're not going to do that.
Right.
So I am going to kind of talk about what the occult means to me.
Yeah.
Because hearing stuff, like, people talking about, oh, they're bringing the occult into this, or it's all about the occult.
People think of sacrifices and dark magic.
And you hear of, like, true crime cases where it's like, well, the occult was involved.
Right.
Occult
does not have to be
completely
bad.
Fucking honest with people, I never knew what the occult actually was. Like, the definition, why... I never knew until I looked it the fuck up.
It's quite simple, really.
Really, the definition of occult is relating to or dealing with supernatural or magical influences, agencies, or occurrences.
Right. It's pretty much the unknown, the secret, the unexplained. Like, if you're working with anything paranormal, anything supernatural, anything beyond your typical religion, your typical expectations of like what is...
It is nicknamed knowledge of the hidden.
Yeah, yeah.
So, literally, anything...
Yeah. You've got...
Oh my gosh, I'm going to get into it with this, just so you know. If you...
Technically, like, astrology, any type of, like, natural magic, like working with herbs, witchcraft type stuff, that's all occult. It's all...
So... people are scared of the unknown is what it is. And so we turned it into a bubble called the occult. Mm-hmm. So it's anything that we don't understand or is not presented by God.
We don't understand.
That's what
equals
it is.
We don't accept it. We scared of it.
Okay.
No, that is not.
The most common misunderstanding is that it is evil or it is from the devil. That solely comes, I'm sorry, people, from religion, from Christians, from... That's what it comes from.
That's just the biased view.
100%.
Religious and based on your faith, you think the occult is bad, which I understand that's what you're taught, but it is not. It is not
part
have to be
of
bad.
So many religions. The occult, the occult, the occult, the occult. We're going to get into some stuff. If you are a firm believer of...
If you are a devout Christian and you don't like this stuff, then you probably shouldn't be listening right now. We may offend. We may offend.
There will be offense taken, I'm sure, and I don't want to, but I also feel like if people don't talk about it, it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Because there are people who aren't like you. Yeah. The Christian. I don't want to say Christian because it's not just Christian people.
Right. And not all Christian people think that they're
super religious.
Yeah.
And I can't say religious either because so many religions do different things. So,
people who are scared of the unknown.
Yeah. If you're scared of the unknown, click next because this is honestly.
You should know by now.
You should probably not listen to our podcast because
we are
not
definitely into occult
not the
things.
Same.
It doesn't mean we're into dark things, but we are definitely into occult things.
Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about this is the occult. Like it's the umbrella of the occult. We're going to go into how paganism, did you know, fun fact, I know you did, but did you out there, paganism predates Christianity by 3,000 years.
Oh yeah, this little pagan can tell you some stuff.
3,000 years pagans were born, brought up, and back then it was literally working with nature. That's what it is today.
Right. Very nature-based.
You go outside when there's a full moon and you feel the moon within your body. How is that hurting you?
Your feet on the ground,
right.
Working with what the earth has given you and the energy.
The roots of Christianity are 100% interlaced with paganism.
Right.
It is completely...
Yes. Almost
twined.
Everything that has been mentioned, or any holiday, there is some type of pagan root
but
to
they
it.
don't believe that.
Right.
Okay, so the church gained power over everybody, and what made the occult so fearful, it was conversion. They took all these pagan places of worship, came the fuck in, and said, "You're the devil. We're going to do it our way."
Yeah.
But then we're also going to take some stuff you do.
I like these ideas. Let's make them our own.
But turn it into my idea and make it not God-fearing, God-loving. So, but it makes no fucking sense. We're all so fucking scared of the occult, but yet you are the occult. You, they are. We're all one. Like,
it's hypocritical.
It's so
hypocritical because everything used in any religion or anything they do it comes from somewhere. Okay, like any candle they burn.
They used fear to scare the pagans. They did. They killed thousands upon thousands of human beings.
Yes.
If you step outside at night, you're the devil. We've talked about it. Right. If you do this, if you do that, fear.
Follow our rules.
I would like to know when along this little journey of life did this become the occult, and they didn't.
Right.
Like, how are they not the occult?
Because they rule.
Apparently.
They win.
Jesus
was... seriously, Jesus was the witchiest.
Right. We're going to talk about a few things that Christianity has taken from the pagans, okay? The magic and the rituals. Oh, you all are magical, and everyone is
all
fucking
committing witchcraft. And
it's okay, it's fine. But
it's fine.
To call it something it's not is the problem. Like, there's nothing wrong with the way you do.
To speak ill of it and put it down when you're doing the same thing, it is hypocrisy.
Literally.
Hypocrisy at its finest.
Right. Blowing out your candles.
Yeah.
Blow them candles out, baby.
Right?
Witchcraft.
Your birthday, blow some candles out.
The incense to purify your space.
Yes.
You think we don't?
A lot of religions use incense.
Oh, so many. Like the majority.
Yeah. Lighting candles at their altar.
But that was considered the occult.
Yeah.
They were burning incense and listening to bad music. They're the occult. You do too.
Right.
Maybe not bad music. I don't know. That was just what came to my head.
Some of the Christian rock bands get pretty heavy.
Do they? I don't. Listen.
I don't think they're bad,
holy water.
Yeah.
Holy water is literally charged water.
Charged water, yeah.
Where do you think we charge our water? With the moon.
Yeah.
But I guess...
with our intentions, with the moon, with the sun, whatever we may choose to use, we are using something natural and something stronger.
Right.
Okay, you charge your holy water by a priest blessing it or however that works.
I charge mine by the moon.
I have holy water. I find a lot of Catholic traditions I know a lot of Catholics. Every church... I'm just going to say this. Every religion has aspects of it that I love and I even implement. I always consider myself eclectic. I'm probably more pagan-based because I do work with nature, stuff like that. But there are parts of every religion that I love and respect. So let me put that out there. But yes, there are parts that people say it's okay to use in their religion, but it's not okay for pagans to use it or for witches to use it.
How come it's okay for you to use your candles and your holy water and your incense,
right,
but it's not okay for me to light an incense and a candle and think to myself in my head, prosperity, prosperity, prosperity.
Right.
Now I'm part of the occult.
How is a prayer and setting your intentions any different?
It isn't. What gets me...
It's all energy and intention.
What gets me is that I also don't think a lot of people know these things.
Yeah.
I don't think they realize it's the same.
Yeah.
I think they just know what they're taught.
Right.
Which is not that. You know what I mean? They're taught it's our way, it's God's way.
I don't think they're intentionally closed-minded. They're just
I think
unaware.
Some are. I think some are.
Yes.
But
some don't want to know or they choose not to
Exactly.
understand. But
we're going to which, do you have any more on the occult? I just kind of want to put myself out there.
We're talking about like incense, things like that.
Yeah.
Frankincense, myrrh, all that's in the Bible. Incense come from herbs from the earth, grown.
Which is what
you
we
believe
use.
God put those things on this earth for us to use. How is that? It's not. Now, if you're using it for dark, evil purposes, that is different.
We're not talking evil.
Most
We're talking
people who are working with occult type of things are not evil. They're not.
Not at all. And of course, there's always evil, but go into it. There's an evil person in every religion.
Yes,
I don't care who you are. The most evilest person is still equal to religion. So, but our evil, or this evil, gets misconstrued so much more than their evil.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
I used a black candle instead of a white one.
And
I'm an
it's
occultist.
fear. It's fear. It's because they're thinking that your power could come from something other than God himself is scary to them. And I understand that.
I do too.
We have to all understand that our minds are powerful. Our energy is powerful. The universe is so vast.
So I could change that into, I think it's fearful that they think God gives them power.
Right.
You know
it
what
can
I'm
go
saying?
both ways. It can go both
But
ways.
it doesn't. That's just it. It doesn't. It
Because
goes the other way.
Because I'm not sitting here judging. So I want someone to feel good about whatever brings them peace.
You do you, boo-boo.
Exactly.
Like, that's my number one thing.
Yeah. And
as long as you're not doing
bad. I still believe in
bad.
a higher power. I don't, be it the universe or nature or whatever, something is obviously guiding and helping us. And that doesn't mean just because I don't follow the specific things that the Bible says or go to church every Sunday does not mean I cannot be a good person and do pretty much all the stuff they're doing. Saying a prayer, doing a spell. I'm trying to set good intentions, or I'm hoping or trying to manifest something good to help someone or heal someone.
Right.
Or I'm trying to work with spirit or work with something higher, stronger, something all-knowing. That's God, technically.
Right.
I mean, it's all the same idea. It's just
Right.
It's just what you're taught to believe, and the bias that comes with specific religions is getting. Yeah, it's so much hypocrisy. I don't know how else to say it. I'm not saying you are all like that. No, it's not that. Anyway. We could talk about occult stuff all day long.
We could. We're going to go into something a little different now. I also want to say that, and I don't want to offend anybody with this, but when people cross themselves, isn't that Catholic? Correct?
I believe so, yeah.
Yes, the Catholic, you put a cross on your body. That's considered a sigil.
Yeah.
It's a sigil. If you didn't know that, that's what that is. We're going to kind of transform into sigils now with that undertake, okay? A sigil is, I can't see because it's very dark out here. Hold on, let me get cozy. Symbolic representation of an energy, word, or intention. Mm-hmm. That's the definition. It sends a powerful message to your subconscious, the spirits, the universe, God, whoever you want to go to manifest what you desire.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So whenever you're crossing yourself like that, you're asking for protection, you're asking for comfort, for everything. Just like,
so be it emotions or symbols or things that you're doing to create some outcome is a sigil, pretty much.
Yeah, literally. It actually comes from the Latin word sigillium. Fun fact here today. It also means to seal, signature, sign, and signal. They all come from the same word. So sigil is just like a signature. Your signature is a sigil. Yeah. Literally a sigil. You're
like
writing
how
a sigil.
Sign a form or document to complete it. Yeah. Okay,
so an example. We're going to get into a few examples because I know this is kind of confusing. You could draw a heart for love, a dollar sign for money, if you want to get into that kind of sigils. Okay, I actually did how you can make your own sigil if you would like to try this. Okay,
I love
ready?
Making sigils.
So take the word love. You want to attract love. You want to find a mate. You want to find a friend, whatever. Example, the word love, okay? I lost my place. It's so dark. I am so sorry. This was supposed to be good.
And making sigils, it can be however
it can be
you
literal.
want it
you
to
can do
be,
a squiggle.
But yeah.
But here's just a good example. Okay, you take out the O and the E. So now we have left L and V. Okay? We're now going to put the V over the L. You have a sigil.
Yeah.
That only you know.
Right.
So you read
that. It has to be personal to you.
It doesn't always have to be personal, though.
Important. It has to make sense to you.
So my little LV, it doesn't look like an LV anymore. It looks like a line with a V in the middle. But
and see, I'll do mine. I'll start with the L. I'll work the O in even. I'm drawing it now. I know you all can't see it, but I'll work my V in there, and then I'll take my E off to the side or something and say, that's my sigil for love.
Okay, but the thing is, now you have that.
Right.
So you doodle that on your papers.
Right.
You write that on your skin. You just play around with it, and only you know what it means.
It's
so you're
special to you.
You're literally manifesting it every time you think about it, every time you write it, every time you do it. Your subconscious is like, she needs love.
It's like a symbol for an affirmation, I guess.
Literally, yes.
And sometimes I'll write it on something and I'll hide it from myself so that it's like,
you'll find it later or something like that. I mean, you can carve them into a candle, and as the candle burns, you can write it on a piece of paper and burn it if you want to. That's a big thing too. Burn it and let it off into the air.
Oh yeah. A lot of times when I'm doing spells or writing like incantation, writing out my intentions, whatever, I'll write little symbols like that and make my. There's so many things you can do with sigils.
Oh my God, there's so much.
Like a lot of people in the witchcraft world, like when you're cleaning, like you can do with oils, right? Sigils with oils, or like when you're like, say you're cleaning your front door, you can use your finger to write, and then like clean over it, but it's there.
What I've done is when I painted this house, because when we moved here, we painted every single room in the house because it needed some fresh paint. With the color I was using, I made my own like protection sigil.
Yeah. We did that when we did my front door too.
I didn't let it dry.
Yeah.
I just made it. I said, I put it into the universe.
There, yeah.
And then I painted right over it. Yeah. So now every wall in every room in my house has a protection sigil on it.
I love that.
And all it does is my intention is to protect my home.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt anybody. It does nothing other than protect my home. Yeah. Just like you might bless your home.
Right.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Only I wrote it on my walls. You can't see it. It's painted over.
No one can see
not,
it, but it's
exactly.
there. It's personal to you, and the intention's set.
Right. There are also very, 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 very well-known sigils. The cross is a sigil. The Star of David is a sigil.
Any type of religious symbolism.
A pentagram is a sigil. Anything you doodle, like say, when I was a teenager, I always had this specific heart that I doodled, and not a heart, a flower. And every time I doodled it, I would always like think of my future. It was like my future heart is what I always called it.
Yeah.
Flower, not fucking heart. Why do I have my heart in my head?
Love on the brain or whatever.
This flower, I still doodle it. I will not even know, and I will look down. I'll have 14 of them on my page because I'm doing something else. Not just my hands going at it. It's a sigil to me. It's specifically
it is a
to
flower.
Me.
Flowers are a symbol of growth and abundance.
Well, mine was like, I don't know. It always made me think of my future. I would draw it and just think of like because I was a kid when I started this, 13, 14.
Yeah.
I was older. I was happy. I was, whatever. That's my sigil. That's what I draw and doodle. I probably have 46 of them in this notebook alone, just for me doodling in the corner while you're talking or while I'm doing research. Yep. I don't know. I love it.
I'm always doodling little symbols and things like that, and I feel like there's intention in everything. Like if you're just doodling, there's still intention in it. Right. But I'll work them into all kinds of stuff, and I love to make my own. There are specific ways. People have their own ways of doing sigils. Like there are way more intricate, detailed ways to do it. But I work my letters together in some way, or I'll make a symbol that goes with. Say I'm doing a prosperity spell, and I want to manifest more money. I'll draw my little dollar signs, and I'll put my pinnacles around for like protection to represent the elements, and then I'll go in with a heart, so I've got love, and a peace sign, so I've got peace. Like I'll draw them all around where I write out my intentions, and it's just silly little drawings, but to me it means something.
It's
and
what you put behind it always. That's
I feel like
always,
it seals
always.
it. I do it at the end, just like a sigil. It seals the deal or whatever. So since we're talking about the occult and symbolism and things like that, when I think of occult symbols, I think of Aleister Crowley. Now, he's like, okay, it's like a mixed thing here. Some people believe he was, okay, let me start here. If you don't know who Aleister Crowley is, okay, if you've ever heard the song by Ozzy Osbourne, Mr. Crowley, Mr. Crowley, okay. I'm trying to think of what.
I'm sure I have. I just can't recollect.
He is like a famous occultist, okay? He was like...
The dogs are losing it.
This was mostly like 1800s, early 1900s. He was a famous occultist, an author, a poet, an artist. I mean, he did all kinds of stuff. He was a mountain climber. Like, he did all kinds of things. He wasn't...
What did mountain climbing have to do with any of that?
I don't...
That is such a random...
The fact that it was... he was so broad in the things that he did. Like,
Okay.
he
That's
didn't
what you're
follow
getting
the
at.
norms,
Okay,
okay?
gotcha.
And this is why he was viewed so negatively. Because way back then, you got to think, like, nowadays, as someone like him, it wouldn't be such a big deal. But, like, back then, early 1900s, so he was actually born into a Christian, like, well-to-do Christian family. And his dad was a very devout Christian. So, like, he grew up religious. But after his dad died when he was young, he kind of turned. I guess him and his mom didn't have a good relationship. And she would call him the beast or whatever.
Aww.
So I guess he kind of took that and, like, ran with it. And he's like, I'm the fucking beast, okay?
Right.
So,
What did you say year? Like,
I don't know when he was born. I didn't look. I should have looked up some. I just wanted to talk about him a little. I don't have a lot of details on him, but I know that we were talking about religions and stuff and occult. He actually, in 1904, he created his own religion because, you know, he grew up Christian. He decided he was going to go against the grain. He was going to do his own thing. He was going to learn as much as he could and figure out all these different ways to do different things. And yes, he was close to his dad, but he's kind of going against his mom, like a rebellion type of thing.
Right.
So he's like, I'm going to take that beast name and I'm going to embrace it. So he would go by the beast. Some people called him the wickedest man alive. It was just because of the way he decided to live his life. He was sexually promiscuous. He was bisexual. He was into drugs. He rebelled against traditions and societal religious norms. He was just not a typical... Some people think he was evil. Some people think he did horrible things, but he really just kind of lived his life however the fuck he wanted to.
Right on.
And he was really into any kind of spiritual, paranormal, supernatural, you know, always wanting to learn more stuff. So he actually created his own religion. In 1904, him and his wife went to Egypt. And I think it was like he thought that an Egyptian god spoke to him and gave him like the sacred text to make his own. Like he was really open spiritually, you know, and he wanted to make his own religion, and I think it was called the Lima, and I think it might still be practiced some today. I think it's like transformed. There's a lot of pagan religions that are similar. It's probably like the basis for a lot of, maybe not Wicca, but like a lot of the more known. But it's pretty much, his religion was do what thou will, or do as you please. Pretty much do whatever you want to do to discover your true will or your life's purpose. So like, pretty much like, don't follow the rules, do whatever you want to do. Follow your own path and find your life's purpose. And yes, that entailed a lot of chaos and promiscuous behavior, but nothing that I don't think he really hurt anyone. I mean, I probably need to read up on him better.
He was just different.
From what I know, he was not necessarily evil or, you know, but religious people very much looked at him as the beast or an evil man because he lived life. He
practiced the occult.
Yeah, he was a very well-known occultist, and still to this day, like, his name comes up a lot, like, in occult texts and stuff like that.
Right.
And he was, he actually had his own tarot deck. We're going to talk a little bit about more divination stuff, too, so I'm going to get into tarot, but his tarot deck, the Thoth deck, is...
like, he created it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's, like, based off... Well, I'll get some more into tarot here, and then I'll kind of talk into that a little bit more, but I tried to segue, but I don't think it went very smoothly.
It's fine. It's fine. It's us.
But yeah, I think I might go ahead and talk, because I wanted to talk a little bit about cartomancy anyway, just like fortune telling with cards in general.
Okay.
And tarot is...
So wait, he created a tarot deck.
He created his own
used,
tarot
I'm
deck.
assuming.
I assume he
and
used it himself.
And this is like 1900s.
Yeah, he was...
I just remember you just said in 1903 he went to Egypt with his wife. So it's early 1900s.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
The Thoth deck he created was like 1943, because it took him several years to actually get it out.
Right.
He started creating it earlier, and he worked with Lady Frida Harris. I think she did most of the illustrations and stuff. And it's kind of based on the original Rider-Waite, the very, very first. Because there's different types of tarot decks. You've got like a few main types. This probably sounds boring to anyone who doesn't do tarot, but when you talk about cartomancy in general, okay, this is just fortune telling.
Hold on, it's actually called cardomancy.
like with T, cartomancy. Yeah.
Cartomancy?
But it's pretty much fortune telling or divination with any form of cards. So like back in the 14th century, they started with like...
It should be called cardomancy,
right?
Then I'm just saying.
Right?
Anyway.
It should.
I should have named it.
It should. But like back in Europe, say 14th century, they started with like playing cards. They would do fortune telling with playing cards.
So like what the Queen of Hearts meant something, the King of Diamonds meant something, the Four of Spades meant
like,
something.
You know how like in tarot we have the suits. There's 4 suits. You've got your hearts. Sorry.
Your hearts,
your
diamond,
cups.
space.
You have your cups, which would be equivalent to your hearts. It's very associated with your feelings and your emotions and things like that. So like in the playing cards, a regular deck of playing cards, your cups would be like your hearts and so on. But yeah, there's still 4 suits, but they would use them in the court cards. The jack would be kind of like the knight and the king would be the king. So very similar to that. So, and some people still do card readings with regular decks of playing cards.
I didn't know that. Okay, cool.
But there's lots of different ways to do tarot. There's tarot. There's Lenormand or Lenormand. People say it different, which is kind of like tarot. So with tarot, you have 78 cards. And there's like a major arcana and a minor arcana, which means there's like 2 groups of cards. There's 78 cards. But your major arcana it kind of tells a story. It starts with the full and it works all the way to the end. Like they're like major cards, like major points in your life that these cards will show up. And then you got your minor arcana, which is like you have your suits, your pentacles, your wands, your swords, and your sorry, I'm talking like I'm from
Boston.
I don't know what happened there. Your wands, your swords, your pentacles, and your cups, and they all like represent different aspects of our lives. Like our pentacles are very much our home, our finances, our earthly matters. It represents the element of earth. Your cups represent the element of water, so your feelings, your emotions, your intuition, things like that. I could go on and on about what they all mean. It probably doesn't mean much to someone who's not into tarot, but in general, the tarot is the most used, I would say, when it comes to card reading.
What exactly is tarot? Like, do you have that? Like, can you tell me? I know you know, but like...
It's a...
People out there might not know is what I'm saying. Like, people hear tarot and say, oh, no.
Like, the official definition, I'm not really sure, but I would say it's...
I like the official definitions. If you haven't noticed, I always read them, like, very specifically and very on point. I do like
that.
But, like...
Because it gives people a heads up, the ones that don't know.
Right, that's my point. So, like, a lot of people, especially religious people or non-religious people, they hear the word tarot and they think... Absolutely not.
Yeah.
What is tarot?
So to me, tarot it's a deck of cards that I use for like inner guidance, self-improvement, more like, it's like a self-help tool to me. It's like a way to kind of connect with my subconscious, my subconscious.
Oh my God. Stroke. It's fine.
What is wrong with me?
It's fine.
My subconscious, my inner voice, but also like spirit or whatever. It does not have to be, it can just be a self-help tool. It can be like a psychological tool. Like, I'm going to, like, what do I need to know today? Like, how can I help myself progress?
And what happens is you flip these cards, and what is on the cards, depending on the suit or...
Each card has a different meaning.
Right.
And tarot is very much told like a story. And depending on what cards you pull together, you can get different meanings and different outcomes. So it can be used for fortune telling, or it can be used just for like in the moment self-help kind of guidance.
Do you have your cards with us?
I do have cards.
Okay, flip a card right now for me. Just pull one card out of that deck, just for like a little mini example.
Let me find them first. I have actually, because I'm going to talk about tarot, but also some other stuff. So I have a few different decks here, and I have to find
just pick a deck, pull a card. And tell me what the card is, and tell me what it says. Like, I'm trying to get maybe people to understand what tarot is, so we're not so scared.
A lot of people, when they start off with tarot, they just kind of like use it as a like, what do I need to know in this moment? Or, it's good to ask like open-ended questions like, sorry, I can't see in the darkness. I have this little bag, and it's full of decks, and I can't tell which one's the tarot
deck. Just grab one.
Well, they're not all tarot. That's the thing.
Okay, sorry.
I have guidance books. I have guidance decks. I have oracle decks. I have all kinds of stuff in there. So
just one.
This one is tarot. Okay, but I gotta shuffle. It's gonna be loud.
Okay, go ahead. Don't slam it on the table though.
Some people like that.
I mean, I feel like pull a card.
I'll do it on my.
Do I need to ask a question?
Would you like to ask a question?
Not really. I just kind of want you to pull it and
Okay.
explain it, and I want to know if it means something, because it always does.
So I'm really into tarot. I've been doing tarot for years. My mom bought me my first deck, so I
You
don't know
bought
how
me
many
my
years
first
ago.
deck.
I bought you your first. Some people think your first deck has to be gifted. I think it's whatever feels right to you. I happen to have my first deck gifted. You did too. Doesn't mean whatever you connect with. I have many dozens of decks.
I have 2 decks, so
I'm a collector.
I bought one for myself, and that was it. And I spent way too much money on that thing, but it is beautiful.
I love tarot. I use it all the time, but everybody has their
Everybody has their ritual with tarot
Yes.
too. Like, you just shuffle your cards.
I shuffle, but I knock on them.
You knock on them
3 times.
I
on each
like to have
side.
people touch their cards.
Sometimes I put them to my forehead.
Like when
know
I
that's
do
so
it,
weird.
when I do it, I'm like, hold the cards, you shuffle them a few
Oh,
times,
yeah.
like so that person's energy gets
Yeah,
transferred.
that makes sense.
I do that with mine. You don't do that
I
with
do
yours.
that sometimes.
Okay.
It just depends on
Okay.
how I'm. If I can't connect with the person,
Okay.
I'll have them hold the cards.
Okay.
But I do a lot of distant readings, so I don't usually feel like I have to.
Okay.
And sometimes I use tarot as a second tool, like a helper, like a backup. But we're just gonna ask in general. We'll ask the cards. What does Ash need to know right now? What is important that needs to? I can't see it all.
Just flip it on the thing. Are you blind?
I can't see it all.
Bring it closer to the candles, not away from the candle.
Oh my gosh.
Is it
It's
bad?
a night card. I can't.
Let me see it.
It's night. These are labeled different. Elixirs. So elixirs is cups. This is the Knight of Cups.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna pull you a couple more.
No, just
here.
tell me what that means. We're just doing one.
Well, it's hard to say. I might have to pull one to go with it.
Okay.
It's another cups card.
Oh.
The 2 of Cups. So the knights usually represent a male in your life.
Okay.
Cups in general are associated with your love life, your emotions.
Okay.
And the 2 of Cups is, together especially, those are good because it means that you have someone in your life that you are connected to and close to, that you love and trust. The 2 of Cups can be about loving communication and connections and relationships. So I feel like this is saying that you have a good, everything is good right now with your love life.
Okay.
And you have
And
a
that
strong
it is.
connection.
So
And your heart is happy and full. The
It
2 of
is.
Cups is really good. And the fact that it came out with the Knight of Cups, I
Right.
like that. But
Listen, but hold on. I don't think I've ever had a better reading than that, because usually my readings are just doom and soom, right? From
Well,
you
not
especially.
always.
Yeah, a lot of times
Well, we
they
ask
are.
about some specific stuff sometimes.
Yeah,
So
true.
we've asked about some heavy stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
And this was just in
if you
general.
ask about heavy, you get heavy.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I just thought it'd be cool for people to hear it being pulled
Now,
for
if
me.
I would have
and-
pulled a king, they're usually more a more mature, sometimes an older male in your life. Whereas
Right.
the knights, I assume, would be your husband.
Right, yeah.
The king could be your husband.
Right.
But it just depends. The fact that those go together, that tells me it's about your love life and that
Right.
things are
And
going well
we're
and
great right
copacetic.
now.
Yeah.
We have been for a while. So,
that's
yeah.
good. And my cards are bent off.
Well, you shoveled them too hardcore.
But yeah.
Okay, you can go back into your tarot. I just thought it'd be cool to
Yeah.
hear it be done, on
You
here.
put me on the spot, too.
I know. I know you hate that, but right? That was good. Okay,
Thank
keep
you.
going.
So yeah, tarot, most decks are very similar. The Rider-Waite is the original. Rider-Waite, it has, every tarot deck has 78 cards. And I've said that already. The word arcana means secrets. So it's pretty much unveiling the secrets that you need to know. Unveiling information that is hidden, giving yourself, pretty much just self-help. But there's thousands of different decks available now. There's different artwork. Every author has their own meanings. The cards have traditional meanings, keywords that go with each card. But each author of each deck may change it around a little. But these say elixirs instead of cups, and some will say blades instead of swords. But they're all pretty much the same thing. They all
Right.
represent.
I just realized I have 3 decks, not 2. I am so
Ooh,
sorry.
look at
I have that
you.
third one, the pretty one.
Oh yeah.
Okay, go
Pull
ahead.
that out sometime. So I like tarot. I started with tarot. A lot of people aren't comfortable with it, and that when they start card reading, they'll start with oracle cards, which are very similar, but they're a little more. Oracle cards every deck is totally different. They're good for beginners because they're a little more straightforward, a little more simple, a little more gentle, Every deck's different. Every author and illustrator is completely different. You may have 20 decks and 20 cards in a deck, and they may have simple words like this one means love, this one means fear, this one whatever, and they have different images. They usually come with a guidebook, and they're very simple to read because they're kind of straightforward and they kind of tell you what you need in the moment. Whereas tarot, you have to read more intuitively. You kind of have to tell, there's 100 words this could mean, but I have to choose which one I feel matches. Like the Knight of Cups could mean 100 things, but I feel like it means this one. So you kind of have to read intuitively and read with the cards next to it to kind of tell a story or kind of put them together. So tarot's
that's where
a little
the
more
storytelling
difficult.
comes in.
Yeah.
Like, as you do multiple for a storytelling session.
And then try to piece them together.
Right.
How does this make sense? What does this mean?
Right.
What's to come? So a lot of people don't like tarot because there's so much like detail to it, and it can be overwhelming.
Part of the occult.
Well,
I'm sorry.
It's overwhelming. Like, just if you're wanting to start with cards, oracle cards are good to start with because they are a little simpler. They're easier to pick up on and read, and then you can work your way into tarot. I started with tarot, so I've always kind of been more drawn to it. But I have lots of oracle decks too, and they're all different. Like I said, if you just want a gentle read, oracle decks are a little more free-flowing, a little more simple. So, like, I have this cute little one here. It's the cryptid deck, and it's just got cute little like cryptid monsters, like pastel colors, really cute. So, like, say I pull. This one is the Thunderbird, and he represents vision. So, like, looking forward and making plans, your vision. So, like, each card has a meaning. It's like a couple keywords on the guidebook. It's very simple. It's very free flow. It's like, whereas tarot is more intuitive, it's more structured, it's more spiritual. So rather than being like straightforward, it's, more connected to your spiritual side. And then it tells a story. So it's a lot more complicated, I guess, is what I'm looking for. So do you
have to memorize all of these? Like, is that a thing you have done? Or is it just because you
kind of have an idea of like the keywords with each one, but like I read intuitively too. So like, even though like, say the moon card represents like, say, your dreams, your subconscious, your intuition, your fears, it can mean a number of things, but I'm going to play it. I'm going to read it according to how I feel that person needs it in the moment. So I go intuitively. Like, if I feel this person is dealing with a lot of anxiety or bad dreams or fears, I'm going to play on that. Like, okay, this card is representing your fears and not to let fears overcome you, that kind of thing. Whereas if I think it's somebody who's being lied to, I may say the moon is, more about illusions and being deceived.
So what if it's a person who you know nothing about? Like,
I just go by my intuition. I normally don't. I'd say like 80% of my readings are people I've never met. So when I'm doing a reading I just go completely off of energy and what I feel and intuition. I don't ask questions beforehand. I usually know nothing about them.
My kitty just joined us.
Well, hello there, kitty.
This is Deadpool. You guys can all see him, right? I'm
it's
joking.
Wade Wilson, y'all.
He actually has 3 names. It's Deadpool, Wade Wilson, or Ryan Reynolds. It depends on his mood for the day. He likes to do backflips off trees, and that's when he is Deadpool.
I also think that he is a spirit and not just a cat.
He's a spirit.
That's whatever.
Kitty.
He is. Like,
anyway,
not
I'm
like
sorry.
other cats.
I totally interrupted you. So, like, say you know nothing about me, because obviously you know everything about every depth of my life. You do not know me. I contact you for a reading.
Right.
How? Why are you growling? I've never heard a cat growl.
Huh.
Maybe you just burped.
Maybe you heard that owl hoot a minute ago. Yeah, if most of my readings, I don't know the person. I've never met them, and I ask nothing. I go by energy. I go by vibes. I follow my intuition. So I just go by what feels right in that moment.
Okay.
Like, yeah, like the moon card could mean all these things. Like, if you look it up in a guidebook, it's going to but I go with what feels right in that moment.
Okay.
And I go with the cards around it. So, like, if the moon comes up with, say, I don't know, the 3 of Swords, I know that card is usually about loss and breakups and heartbreak. So somebody's been probably deceived, somebody's been lied to, and they've been heartbroken. I can kind of read from those other cards and the energy I'm picking up.
Okay.
But that's why tarot is complicated and difficult, because not everyone wants to do that. Not everyone wants to connect like that. Right. So a lot of people use oracle cards because they're simple.
I think a lot of people can't connect like that. I like tarot. I think anybody could learn tarot. I'm not saying they can't. I like tarot. I enjoy doing it. I don't do it a lot because it is so much.
Yeah.
I already have so much going on. I don't have time to learn and be
and some people
intuitive
do sit
in
and
that
they
moment.
Study every card.
Right.
And And yeah, I know most of the cards and their keywords, but I'm going to read intuitively. Like,
right.
I'm not going to...
I can like flip my cards, but I go to biddy.com and I look up those.
good.
I look up the meaning.
Biddy has really good explanations for the cards.
In Biddy, there's like 7 meanings. It can mean this,
love
this, or
Elliott
this.
Oracle. If anyone's starting out with tarot and wants a good source for like Elliott Oracle and Biddy I really like them.
I like the Biddy.
They helped me a lot when I first started, and one of my favorite books is an Elliott Oracle book. She's really good. But
I go and I look at these websites because I don't know. I can't look at a card. Yeah. I know some of them, like I know the moon, I know the sun, I know the wheel of fortune. You know what I mean? But like a lot of them, like if I were to get a, say, 4 of Pentacles in front of me, I know nothing.
Yeah.
I literally have no idea.
4 of Pentacles,
you're going to tell me.
Another one that can mean a million different things.
Okay.
It's usually about like safety, security, and like holding on to things.
So you just know. That's my point. I don't just know.
But it could mean that someone's being stubborn. It can mean that someone's being, what do you call it? Like hoarding or like keeping things from people. Like it could be positive or negative. So that's when you kind of got to read the room or like read the energy and like what does this apply to? So that's why tarot can be really difficult because it's not straightforward at all.
Right. And then I feel like you probably get some people who feel like they're really confident when they're not. They probably don't read the room. They probably just go with exactly what the book says. And
I've had readings done where I was like,
like you've had them done for you.
Yeah. And I'm like, that didn't make sense. But they were just...
But it honestly could have had a different meaning.
Yeah.
They just didn't.
And I also, since I do go by energy, energy can get mixed sometimes. Yeah. I mean, it really can. If I do several readings in a day, I may mix up a couple little things and I have to go back. I'm sorry if that wasn't right. Let me know. And they'll tell me, and it hardly ever happens. I'm pretty good.
Oh, not to pat yourself on the back there, buddy.
Not to toot my own horn, but it doesn't happen a lot. But every now and then they'll be like, everything makes sense except for this. I don't have back pain. And I'll be like, you know what? My other client just said they have back pain. I figured it out. I'm sorry. And I will usually figure it out. But every now and then, readers are wrong. Yes, it happens. It's nothing's perfect, but it is really cool. It's a really cool thing. But it goes all the way, tarot specifically, goes all the way back to like Renaissance Italy, like 15th century. So it started as like a parlor game, like they'd play like card games, they'd turn it, and it became more spiritual and, But there's also Lenormand, which is similar to tarot, but very blunt, very straightforward. It also goes back to like, I think it's 19th century. Like these have all been around for quite a while, but Lenormand.
I've only heard of this one recently when you told me about it a couple months ago. Like I didn't even know it was a thing.
This is one I've just recently, like the last maybe 3 or 4 years, I've gotten more into Lenormand, and like I have a few decks. Like I have one right here. They're very straightforward. So each card, there's only, I think it's 36 cards in a Lenormand deck. There's not nearly as many, and they're very simple. Like you can almost.
Okay, pull one for me.
Excuse me.
Just pull anyone. Go for it. Just see what we get.
I usually do them in doubles.
Okay, pull doubles.
So like, we've got the bear and the dog. Very simple images. The bear is usually something strong, something protective, something large, okay? Because a bear is strong, protective, and large. I don't have a book with me. Lenormand's still something I'm not real familiar with, but in general, the bear is usually going to represent something large and strong. Your dog is going to represent something loyal, something trustworthy, kind, possibly a friend or a close loved one that you can rely on. So your dog is your loyal friend. So when you put them together, this would be representing someone who is not only loyal and kind, but also strong and protective. So then you would kind of read like, who does that represent in my life, or what situation does that represent in my life? Lenormand's a little harder for me because it is very direct, and I'm not a very direct person.
You just pulled stuff for my husband when you just pulled stuff for my husband a
minute
ago.
There you go. Okay, so you know what I mean? That does line up. But here I'm sitting here thinking like, okay,
you're trying to figure out who it is for me.
My thing is I think too hard into things, and Lenormand's very straightforward.
So you're pulling for my husband again because he is very protective.
There you go. That makes sense then. It kind of goes with your other cards. So
which is their proof. I mean, it's crazy, but it always.
My problem is overthinking. These are supposed to be for simple reads. Like they're very, I guess the semantics of, you just look at the word and what that word means is what it means. Like there's no like intuitive, like you got to connect, you got to try to figure out the puzzle. There's
it
none of that. It
literally tells you what it is on the fucking
It's very
card.
simple.
Right, okay.
And the guidebook will tell you it means this, this, or this. Like, it's very simple.
Right.
And I think it makes it harder for me. People who are deep thinkers and overthinkers are probably better to use tarot, I think. But there are other forms of divination that are not card related, okay? So another thing I do often, and I sometimes work this in with my tarot readings, sometimes I do it without the cards and do this all on its own, is automatic writing. And sometimes it's called psychography.
That is such a word.
Yeah, it's a form of autonomism. So there's different ways of doing, it's pretty much spirit writing, or like having your hand guided by,
by spirit?
It can be spirit, it can be your subconscious. It's pretty much just writing that is said to be produced by spiritual, occult, or subconscious. Something other than the conscious intention of the writer. So you're not consciously aware what you're writing. Some people are almost in like a waking state, like a hypnotic trance. Sometimes people do it during seances, or I do it when I'm doing readings. I'll just kind of zone out, close my eyes. Okay, if I'm trying, because I'm a medium, I know I've talked about this a little bit before, and I do readings. So sometimes if I'm trying to connect with spirit, or I'm trying to get a message for somebody, and I will use automatic writing. I will close my eyes, have my paper in front of me, and I'll just start writing whatever comes out. It may be phrases, it may be words. I may draw a picture. It might be something like, oh, an old blue truck with a broken window, or I don't know, a brown teddy bear with a scruffy tail that was left in a weird, strange place. Like, it might be, I don't know, a red balloon that, like, on Tuesday. Like, I make it something really random and strange. But whenever I tell that person, they're almost always like, oh my God, yes, that little scruffy bear, my grandpa left that for me and it's in my attic. Or the blue truck, that was my dad's truck. Yes, I have it still. We just fixed it up. Like, they almost always are like, I know what that is. And I'm like, how? I don't know. How? I don't fucking know. But automatic writing is my favorite tool.
You're a wizard, Harry.
And this is something I started with just like kind of meditating. My mom taught me this years ago. Just kind of close your eyes, ask questions, like kind of just zone out, and like either your subconscious or whatever is coming to you. Like, I don't know where all the answers come from, but for me with spirit, automatic writing is my favorite tool, because you can just like, you just start writing or you start drawing, and sometimes it scribbles, but sometimes it turns in. I don't know if anyone's ever watched Tyler Henry. He's like a celebrity medium, psychic medium. He has a Netflix special, and a lot of those celebrity mediums, I'm like, I don't know. But I watched him, and I was like, he does things so similarly to how I do. Like, he just kind of scribbles. He just kind of scribbles.
Right.
And, like, it helps him focus. But like,
so when you're scribbling, are you drawing a picture of a blue truck?
That's not always. I mean? Like, sometimes I will actually write, like, blue truck, ? And then sometimes I will, like, sometimes I'll draw a flower and I'll write yellow. And they'll be like, oh, we left yellow flowers at my mom's grave yesterday. Or what, like, it doesn't always.
Excuse me again. I have another question. I have a question. I have had so many of these tonight. I am on it. I forgot my question.
My favorite student.
It's fine. All my alarms are going off because it is time for everything to happen. Anyway, what was my question? Is it hard to do automatic writing for somebody you know? Because, like, you know fucking everything about me. Yeah. So if you did it for me, I feel like you would literally, you know what I mean? So, like, your brain's going to be like, yeah, I know this bitch likes sunflowers. And you're going to draw a sunflower.
I've done it for, like, one time I did it for my mom and my my grandpa's wife after my grandpa passed. And a lot of stuff came up that none of us really, like, stuff I didn't know. Okay. And it was easier than I thought. Sometimes I get full sentences.
Just curious. Like,
so not always. It just depends. Like,
I don't think I've ever had you do automatic writing.
I would love to do it sometime.
I think you should.
But I do. I usually like light a candle, like calm myself down.
We have the candles lit, bitch.
And
so
I could try. I don't
know
if
I
can
do it.
I don't know if I could do it like on the spot.
Okay, I won't force you because I know that.
I could try. Maybe if we do another spooky episode, maybe I could throw some of that in. That would be fun. Okay. Then I'm more prepared. But yeah, and I have to have like a clean sheet of paper and like be totally like zoned. Okay. It's not a trance, but okay, so automatic writing's been around a long time, like way back to like 1913. I think it started with a guy named Andre Breton. He was founder of Surrealism. So he used it more for like the subconscious to work into art. Like people use it like automatic artwork, like let their hand just do their thing. Like they're not consciously aware what they're drawing or painting. So it kind of started with that.
And they like come to and they've got like a fucking Picasso.
Look at this masterpiece. Right. Yeah. But it's pretty much, it can be a method of art making that involves, the unconscious mind to just take over, creative process rather than controlling it. But so back in the 1850s, so this goes back even before, they think they used it with planchettes. Planchettes are known to be an automatic writing tool. Usually think of planchettes with like Ouija boards. Right. Like they're like the little usually wooden, like heart-shaped plank of wood. Yes. But for automatic writing, they make them, they've got like, they're larger and they've got like wheel casters and a little slot to put the pencil through, and people would like put their hands on the planchet and then kind of just like see what messages come through with the pencil.
So like you're drawing. Yeah. Not like with a Ouija board, there's just a hole in the middle where it does the letter. You're actually drawing.
Your hands are being guided by either spirit or your subconscious or whatever's going on.
This cat will not stop. He's there.
I've never used a planchet for automatic writing, but I think I would be okay with trying it. I don't know. It's different than like a Ouija board planchet, but similar. It's still spirit, But yeah, it's one of my favorite tools to use, and I feel like anyone can do it. You just need a quiet place, a quiet mind, and just sit down and see what comes out.
I'd like to try it like off the air,
and you can use it for just self-help. It doesn't have to be for spirit.
I just want to try it, I think.
Yeah, or even do a drawing. Like, what do I... Well, like, kind of when you're drawing the flowers, I'm like not conscious. That's kind of automatic drawing. Okay. I mean, really.
But it's the same thing over and over and over and over. It never changes. It is the same fucking flower.
But you can almost put yourself in like a trance and just like see what comes out, and then you're like, wow. And I'm like, sometimes I'm aware of what I'm writing.
I can put myself in a trance in 0.3 seconds. Give me a second, I will completely dissociate the fuck out of this world. So I bet I can come up with some shit.
I can do it too. My kids are always like, where'd you go? Where'd you go?
My kids can too. I'm like, where are you? Come home. Right.
Yes. But there's so many different types of divination. But speaking of planchets.
Yes, we're going to transition into the Ouija board. I know a lot of people, including...
myself included. And I'm all about some
myself
shit.
Included too. I'm not... I am sorry. That's me.
I have to say I might be biased on this. I might just be like...
Okay, once you hear my information, like I did all this research... I actually looked stuff up that I still don't think I'm ever going to touch a Ouija board just because of the stigma that comes with it. Yeah. But I'm not as as I was before. Yeah. Like, I feel like in the proper setting and everything. Okay, let's get into it before, like, okay. It's a talking board, spirit board. Mm-hmm. It has many names. The original Ouija board was made of solid wood, actual solid wood, with the letters carved, the alphabet carved. Yeah. A yes, a no, usually a goodbye, and some said hello, some said good evening. Like, there's always an ending.
Right. Section, a way to close somewhere. It out, yeah.
Right. And also the planchette, it was a wooden... kind of heart-shaped, but not heart-shaped, like, with a hole in the middle. And the hole in the middle, the whole point of it was everyone would put their hands on it. It would go around, and apparently the spirit would guide the letter, and whatever letter was in the hole, or pointed to, depending on the type of planchette, and then it would spell a word, right? Like Love, love. Who is this? And it would, that's what a Ouija board was. Now they're plastic. They're completely plastic and cardboard. You can actually go purchase one right now at your local Walmart if you want to. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if Walmart still carries them. They used to. It's not.
It's just a board game. Yeah.
Literally. Excuse me. In the 1850s, a lot of people died. The Civil War had just ended. Death and destruction is everywhere. Diseases. Life expectancy was only 50 years. So... people found comfort in thinking they could talk to their dead loved ones. Right. It was not a scary thing. People were not like, "Oh my God, you're crazy." I'm sure some said you were a witch and it's against the devil. I think a lot of people did it behind closed doors. Yeah. Literally. But my son died, my mom died, my grandma died, my grandpa died, whoever you love, my husband, my wife, they're dead. I feel like
it's a way that anyone can possibly
talk to them. I feel like I could talk to them with the spirit board. Yeah. Why the fuck not? So back then, that's all it was. It was happy. You felt like you got to communicate with that dead relative. That's literally all it was. It brought peace. It did not bring fear. It was peaceful. I got to speak to my husband tonight. I got to speak to my child tonight. You were grateful for it versus scared of it, which is what it is now. Mary Lincoln actually had a seance in the White House.
I heard that.
Yes, to speak with her son. Like, it was a very well-known thing, apparently. I looked it up, and it's fucking true. Like, that's how well-known it was. The president's fucking wife was doing it. Like, it wasn't...
Yeah, that stigma happened. I don't know.
We'll talk about the stigma. It's coming. In 1886, the New York Daily Tribune actually reported of a new talking board that was being used in Ohio. It started in Ohio. People were using them. They were saying, you want to talk to your dead loved ones? Come to me. Like, it became a normal thing almost. It wasn't, in the very beginning, like, I know witchcraft and that's all devil and blah, blah, blah. It wasn't, though. Some people, I'm sure, thought it was, but... You go to the local produce market, you go right next door to the seance lady. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it was a very normal, on-the-town kind of situation. This is where I'm going to struggle because it's dark. Okay. In 1890, there are names, and I cannot even see them. Hold on. Elijah Bond, Charles Kinnard, and William Mappin? That's how you say it, right? They had the idea to turn the board into a toy. Of course, we have to commercialize. We can sell these motherfuckers, you know?
Yeah.
Usually how it goes. A year later, they had created a patent. The patent was granted, and you could buy the board. It went on the shelves
as a board game
for $1.50.
Wow.
$1.50. Once again, it was actually still made of wood then, and all of that. Now, today, it's not. It's literally, think of a Monopoly board with a Ouija board on it and a plastic planchette.
So, like, commercialized.
Yeah, completely. Parker Brothers eventually bought the patent from them, and then Hasbro bought Parker Brothers. So Hasbro now owns the rights to the word Ouija and the board itself. Like, they had to pay to make the Ouija movies to use that name because it's their word. It is literally Hasbro's word, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
The actual name itself, there were several different, because I'm like, that is such a weird word. Like, first of all, Ouija, there ain't no W in Ouija. You know what I mean?
Is there an A in it?
I meant A at the end, not I.
But it's not pronounced with an A. It's so weird.
There was a thing where there was a lady who had to lock it on. It was one of the first ever sessions, and she turned it over and it said Ouija, which was like what she called her grandma or something like that. Like, it's not, but nobody knows exactly. That's just one story of 20 I found. So I didn't exactly go into detail. There's like no cue the guinea. Guinea fowl. I don't know if we talked about guinea fowl in this one or the other one, but guinea fowl are loud and they're in the background and they're the alarm systems of the farm. It's fine. They're so cute.
Not really cute, but they sound cute. No.
In 1967, 2 million boards were sold.
Wow.
2 million. That's how normal it was.
Maybe it wasn't just got mad.
It wasn't a scary thing. Like, it was cool. Like, let's get a Ouija board and talk to our dead blah blah blah. You know. Here's where it all turned evil. Like, everything went from, oh, this is fun and loving and let's talk to our dead ones. That was perfect though. That's pretty creepy noise.
They're trying to sound evil for Halloween.
Yeah.
Ooh, their faces are evil. Fucking guinea faces, man.
It's so cute though. 1973 is when it officially turned. Like I said before, don't get me wrong. There were people who said, no, that's not normal. That doesn't go with God.
Yeah.
There were groups of people like that. Do not get me wrong. But the fear when you hear Ouija today, like we both said, the second we said Ouija board, we both said we're not doing it instantly. Yeah. That right there comes from The Exorcist.
Oh.
The movie The Exorcist.
Oh.
Of course.
And I've never even watched it all the way
Of course,
through.
mainstream media took her over and turned something. It's always something. Fuck. It's apparently based on a true story with bunny ears.
There are a lot of stories with Ouija
I do
boards.
not know if I believe. The movie The Exorcist is. Okay. The little girl plays with a Ouija board and she becomes possessed.
Yeah.
So the first time it's been seen on a. There was another movie where the Ouija board was on the big screen, but it didn't strike as much fear because it was so much earlier. I don't think in the 70s we're getting into more of an opinion, more of, you know, we can change with this stuff. And Satanic Panic, of course, is about this time too.
Yeah.
It was shortly after this movie came out, so it's part of it. Like, Ouija board, oh my God, did you see what that happened? People were fucking petrified.
Yeah.
Petrified of the Ouija board now. Because they saw that movie and they think, oh my God, that can happen to me. This is the devil. So now we have a bad tool. We don't have a fun tool where we can talk to our loved ones. We have a tool where it's going to bring evil to me. Now it's the devil's tool. It's, we took it and ran with it. It's scary. And we both, like I said, we both are a part of it. Like, I agree.
I mess with all kinds of divination.
Right.
And I've never touched one. And I always say I never will. And I don't. Like I said, I think I'm biased because of the fear that it's instilled, like the stories I've heard and things I've read, and I just I've never really given it.
I'm sure there was evil within this board before. I'm sure there was, but it wasn't fucking publicized. It wasn't on a big screen movie that was extremely, extremely well off. Like, this movie got millions of people watching it. It was people in their homes and something happened and they're like, oh, fuck. It wasn't publicized. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think there was never evil with the Ouija board before this. You know what I mean? I think it was, you're doing it in your home privately. And if something comes through that isn't normal, you kind of deal with it. It wasn't on a fucking big screen where the whole world saw this girl become excessively possessed. I mean, if you know what The Exorcist is, you know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, now we're fucking petrified.
Yeah.
The movie put it more out there. It put it more publicly acknowledged that if you touch this, there was actually a burning of the boards. Like, people would burn their fucking Ouija boards in their backyard because someone said that's the only way to get rid of the evil spirits. I don't know who decided that was the choice, but a lot of people also, Satanic Panic.
Yeah.
You're now the devil. We know you guys are doing this because this was behind closed doors. We don't tell people. We don't advertise.
Yeah.
We have a Ouija board and we talk to our dead loved ones. So now the religious people know we're messing with these things. So now you're all the devil. You're all horrible, which then put the fear, which then made you throw it away or burn it or whatever you did. I believe now, knowing all of this, knowing we invented it for a peaceful, let's talk to our loved one things, I might. Like, I don't feel as I feel like if it's in, like, a controlled environment with someone I love doing it with me or people you know what I mean? I think darkness can come out of anything.
Oh, yeah.
We can fucking sit here in my yard with our cards and something can happen.
Right. And I've always felt, my thing is I don't like things I don't have control over. And even though I do medium work and I work with spirit and I do tarot cards and pendulums and all that, I feel like I have control over them. And with a Ouija board, I guess I've never felt like I would have. I've been scared because I didn't know what could come through.
I think the board itself is literally like you're knocking on a door.
Yes.
Saying, anyone come to me.
Yeah, and that's what I don't like. Whereas when I do my other stuff, I'm specifically asking for something specific.
You're saying, now if you do it and you're specifically like, I need my aunt to come through, it might not be your aunt.
Right.
You know, and
that's
I think
the thing too.
I think it's because we're spelling words and you think it's happening. So you think it's this aunt when it could not be the aunt. You're literally knocking saying, who wants to come and talk to me?
But I also feel that if you have fear, it will create fear. So like me being afraid of it, I probably won't use it because I'm afraid of it.
Right.
And I feel like someone who's not afraid of it, it may not affect them because they're not allowing that fear in.
I also think that it depends on the type of control you have over everything. Like, somebody who is scared of it should not use it. Yeah. You know, because you're probably going to attract something that can attach. And it makes
no sense for me. I know I'm talking about hypocrisy and stuff in other episodes. Like, it makes no sense for me to use one tool and not another, but it's just something I'm not comfortable with.
I'm not as as I was. Yeah. It doesn't mean I'm going to go buy a fucking Ouija board tomorrow and go play with it. But
my mind is a little more open, though.
Exactly. It's a little more open. Like, maybe one day in the far, far future, I might do one. Yeah. But as of right now, I'm still a no. Yeah. The board itself is not an entity that attracts demons to you. It's the ritual around it also. Like, how you speak, how you perceive it, how you everything. The board itself, this candle right here in front of me could bring a demon. Yeah. If I asked it to. Right. If you want to believe. it's just a board.
No demons are allowed tonight, though, just so you know.
Absolutely not. That was just, thank you, demons, stay down. But, you know, I'm just saying, it's not the board itself, it's the ritual. It has, it's everything in its essence.
The energy, your feelings.
100%.
Yes, absolutely.
I have never touched one in my entire life. I've seen some very pretty ones. I know of ones.
I know, they're so, like...
They're beautiful.
They
are.
They really are.
Beautiful. There are ones I have seen, like, people have collections of them. Oh my God. Like, the original ones, like, obviously it's probably not one of the first ones ever, but, like, the ones from the 30s and the 40s and the 50s, like, the solid wood, the carvings, they are fucking... I know somebody who has several of them, and they're decoration solely, they don't use them.
Yeah.
But still, like, things happen because they have been used in rituals where things have come through that aren't okay.
And that's another thing. I feel like if it's, like, something, I don't know, something you make or someone you know has made and the energy's good in it, it's not been, like... I don't know, commercialized, because I feel like making it a game and making fun of it is not, I feel like it's a serious matter.
Right.
And, I mean, tarot decks are also done that way. They're sold mass production, whatever. Right. But it's all the energy and how you feel about it. Yes. And I don't know, like, if you feel good about it and you don't think anything bad's going to come, then nothing bad probably will come of it.
Right. I don't, like I said, I don't plan on using one tomorrow, but my mind is a little more open, just knowing it was created for such a happy thing. Yeah. Well, not happy, because I mean your loved one is dead.
Well,
but
the
like,
idea that anyone can use one. You don't have to have a gift. You don't have to have a medium to work with you.
You just put your fingers on a board and it comes through whatever they say, you know.
But also like, how so many stories happen because anyone would use one. People who know nothing about
there are specific demons that are associated with the Ouija board also.
Another reason I've always kind of...
I don't believe it. I do, but I don't. Some of them are just like, I feel like you've heard it, so you feel it, so you're doing it. You know what I mean? But then again, who the fuck knows? I don't know. Do you know?
I don't know.
Do you know?
I just go by my feelings, and I don't know why. I
don't think anybody knows
why I feel the way I feel about them. I just don't. I don't understand it.
I think it's
because when I first got into all the divination years ago and like all the research I did, a lot of people in the witchcraft community, the occult community, a lot of experienced witches will not touch a Ouija board. Yeah. And I don't know, maybe that kind of set me off. And then stories I've heard
honestly,
and read.
You're a medium, so you're more open than I am because I'm not a medium.
That's another thing. Like,
so,
like I was so scared to use the spirit box for a while.
I remember that.
And I wouldn't let it in my house because I felt
now,
like
bitch, we sit on your bed and use it.
Now I feel like I'm more control over it now. I think.
Yeah, but you also have to do your little ritual. You're like, here's a candle, nobody comes, nobody
set my intention, burn my I have my whole thing, but I feel like I'm more in control. I don't know. I don't know if I'd ever get that way with spirit boards, and I don't know. But I'm not saying I would never try it. But I've said that for a long time, but I am a little more open now.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
You're very welcome. I'm glad I changed your mind. I'm still no, but maybe.
I still wouldn't bring one in my house.
No, nothing like that. It'd probably be an outside in a shed in a field.
My oldest daughter's like thinks they're so cool, and like she bought a mug one time. We were at a witchy store, and she bought a mug with like Ouija board symbol, like it's really cool looking. I was like, please don't get that. She's like, Mom, you're like a witch, like you do this stuff, like why does that bother you? You have tarot cards, you have pendulums, you have all these tools, and you won't let me get this mug. I'm like, get it, whatever. I'm like, but you need to like give it good energy, okay?
You need to cleanse it first with your coffee, okay? Okay, you ready to wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up.
Okay, if you need to contact us for any rhyme or reason, you can do so at only if you can keep up.
gmail.com.
At gmail.com.
Stay spooky, bitches.
Stay spooky, bitches, and still maybe don't touch the Ouija board. I don't know. Your choice. Okay?
Or do whatever.
Yeah, right? Bye.